In my last video, I was agonizing over whether or not to drop the strength of the correction in my glasses. Well, today I did it, and I'll be telling you in this video about what challenges I faced, how it felt, what questions I had, and how it ended up. Hi, I'm Jem and I am documenting my EndMyopia journey back to 20/20 vision and life without glasses. If you haven't heard of EndMyopia, it's a method of natural vision correction. It's not woo-woo, it's all based in science, and I'll pop the link below in case you're interested in checking it out. So as I said, today I dropped my glasses strength. So this is my normalized pair of glasses, the glasses that I wear for everyday, normal, distancy kind of vision. So I've got my two pairs of glasses here. This is my differential pair, which is for close-up work, and these are my new normalized. That's how I number and label things. N4 is my fourth pair of normalized. So this means it's my fourth drop, and I've dropped about a quarter of a diopter each time. It was a bit different for my one equalizing step so far. So this drop was a binocular drop, meaning that I dropped a quarter of a diopter in both eyes. My previous drop was a monocular drop, so I dropped a quarter of a diopter in my left eye, and my right eye got to continue on with the same correction for a whole extra period of time. In the measurements that I was taking last week to try and decide whether I was ready to make another drop, my right eye was seeing at the correction that it was being given. So I was wearing -2 diopters in my right eye, and my right eye was measuring at -2 diopters. My left eye was being given -2.25 correction, but it was only seeing at -2.5 diopters, so it wasn't actually seeing at the level that my prescription was at. So in this drop, both eyes have gone down by a quarter of a diopter. So this one, the right eye, is now at -1.75 correction, which as an aside is seriously exciting to see a 1 at the beginning. A 1, guys! In the left eye, it is now being given a -2 correction, which I was a bit anxious about considering it's measuring at -2.5. Like, that's a whole half a diopter between what it's measuring at and what I'm giving it. But on the other hand, it had been really stagnating, not really making any progress. In fact, both my eyes were kind of really slowing down. When I say slowing down, I mean the measurements were like hovering around the same centimeters for weeks. Sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower, but pretty much I was seeing at 46 centimeters with my right eye and 39 centimeters with my left eye. When I stopped and looked at the numbers, that's what were the most regular numbers. When you change your normalized, you're meant to do a diopter reset, which means you spend as much time as you can, I guess, not wearing any glasses at all, really leaning into the blur, really thinking how awful it is, until it drives you around the bend and you just have to put glasses back on. And then you put on your new lowered normalized and you're like, oh, thank goodness I can see. My plan was to potter around, have some breakfast, and then to go for a walk. And I thought maybe even to go for a walk with no glasses at all, and then afterwards come back and put on my new normalized. And then maybe go for another walk with my new normalized. Now, my day didn't fall quite as planned, unfortunately. You'd think in lockdown, pretty much you know what's going to happen in a day, but because my job is still continuing, just mainly from home, I don't actually have full control over my days. So I woke up this morning, I'd only been up for like half an hour getting ready. Suddenly, someone at work needed something, so I had to hurry in. I had to go. Dilemmas though, because I wanted to wear these new normalized today, and now suddenly I had to drive within the first hour of waking up. I did actually take some footage of me this morning deliberating over whether I should drive in the glasses or not, and of putting them on at the beginning, except I forgot to press record, so you don't get to see that, and I didn't have time to retake it when I realized. I was like, but I have to go, so that you don't get it. You just get me sitting here in this corner, which is, yes, not my normal corner. My normal corner is over there. But I was sitting here, taking my measurements, checking out my book, and I thought, this is not a bad corner, actually. don't have to make the bed. No, I always make the bed. What are you talking about? So anyway, did it, wore these, drove fine, not really a problem. I can definitely tell that my blur horizon has come closer, but that's kind of absolutely to be expected, considering that the reason I'm changing my normalized is because I didn't have much of a blur horizon. How do they look, eh? I like them so much better. I mean, they're actually not that different from my other frames, but I like them so much better. I probably like glasses frames far too much for someone who claims to not want glasses. Okay, so this is actually, well, these are not my N3s. My N3s are still in the car because that's where they're going to live now in case I ever need them. But these are exactly the same frames as my N3s. So I'm just going to do these. So, you know, they're fine. They're practically exactly the same as these, except I like these a lot better. So the challenge I had, there was the blur bubble. The blur bubble got closer. And I wasn't really confident knowing whether that was the right amount of blur to be introducing or not, because I've been quite used to pretty clear vision when I don't have ciliary spasm. It's really, really good. So to now have this blur, which then can be compounded by ciliary spasm, I'm being so careful with my ciliary spasm now, but it still takes my eyes just a few seconds to respond. The ciliary muscle isn't lightning fast at releasing. It still is like, has to be convinced and think about it. Okay. I still have to work hard at relaxing and concentrating at the same time to see into the distance. So I had a lot of doubt at the beginning of the day when I put on these glasses, thinking maybe I've gone too fast, maybe this was not a good idea. I did try closing one eye and just seeing how well I could see, and my right eye can actually see pretty darn well with this new prescription, which makes sense because it is actually measuring at -2 and I'm only asking it to see at -1.75. So it's a quarter of a diopter difference, and that's perfect. But because my right eye, I'm asking it to see a half a diopter difference, I'm like a bit worried that maybe I'm pushing it too fast. By the end of the day though, I came home from work and I went on a 1-hour walk and was very conscious of doing active focus. When I got back from that walk, I decided to measure my eyesight again on this lovely NMyopia focus calculator. You know this one, you know this lovely thing. That was about at 5 o'clock, not tons of natural light, not that there's a lot of natural light in this corner of the room anyway. And the measurements I got really surprised me. So it's not huge, but then again, you wouldn't expect it to be huge. I only just changed my correction today by a little bit. But after kind of feeling like I was in a bit of a plateau, to get these numbers without like working hard for them, just really straightforward measuring, I'm pretty happy with the result. So come and have a look with me. I'll try and share this with you properly. Well, I'll just drop them down. So here is my logbook. These are today's measurements at 5:18 p.m, so not even early in the morning. So I've got my right eye at 47. Until now, it has been 46, really. And my left eye at 41. Now, it had plateaued at 39 with the occasional reach to 40. So I'm very happy to see this. And I feel like that allays some of my concerns that I'm leaving my left eye behind by making this reduction for it. So I started having a look at what my measurements have been. Now, I've shown you some of this already before, and I am a person who really likes organizing, and so I've got my color coding happening. So pink is when I do something with my prescription, yellow are my actual numbers, and I've just added today green. So the green is the first time I hit those numbers. So obviously the first time I measure, it's the first time I measure, so they're going to be new numbers. So the first time my right eye was 39 centimeters and my left 35, and that was on the 5th of September 2019. Okay, 39 and 35. So I've gone through, left eye hit 36, 37.25, my right eye got to 40, but this was probably, some of this movement is probably to do with ciliary spasm. Over here, my right eye got to 42.5, left eye to 38.5, right eye to 43, left eye to 39. So that was the 16th of September, it got to 39. That's the first time it got to 39, and then it goes back down to 31.5, 31, 35. But so I have seen 39 with that eye before. It was a very good day. I was on 42.5 for my right eye, 45.5 with my right eye in September. And then let's just see. I think that's as far as I got because I thought, wow, this is so interesting. I kind of want to bring you guys into it. So where were we up to? 45.5 for right eye and 39 for left eye. Let's see if it goes over that. Oh, 46, that's a new one. And 40. Okay, so my left eye has seen 40 before. That is on the 27th of November. And we'll keep going. Oops, dropped my lid, great. $46 and $40, that seems high. That's like a record. I guess that was like a really reach kind of result and it's become my normal result. Maybe I just measured really badly that day. See, there's 46 again, 47 and 40. So that's April. My measuring slowed down a lot this year. I haven't been measuring every other day, which I did at the beginning. Kind of a shame, it's super interesting. For me, probably slightly dull viewing for you, I'll admit. This 47 was a record only 6 days ago. I've got that again. And this 41 is a record. I think we should share this moment. Come up here and I'll move back a bit. Okay. So I thought keeping these measurements and highlighting every time I hit a new number was really interesting because it kind of shows me the times when I'm making a lot of new gains and then it shows me the times where I'm not making a lot of progress at all, even though the numbers are fluctuating, when I'm not actually moving forward. And it also shows me when I feel like I'm plateauing to actually see that there are new gains being hit nonetheless. I guess like putting this on some kind of chart visually, like some of the wonderful NMyopia measuring tools would do the same job. I'm just not that great at opening programs to put in the input. I have this notebook with me. I can just easily jot down some information, what time of day it was and what I've been doing that day. Like, I like the flexibility of this notebook, so I'm gonna keep doing this. There's actually a big part there where it looks like I plateaued because I haven't hit any new landmarks for a while, but that's because I hit the landmarks really early out of the blue. This would say 27th of November, 46 and 40. That is a lot. So because I hit those really high numbers, at least I measured them, maybe it was an inaccurate measurement or I don't know. But because I measured those numbers so early on, there's a lot of time where I don't have another new number, but I go back down a lot and then I have to work my way back up. Like, I don't hit those numbers again from November until March. From November until March. So yeah, maybe I did do something wrong with the measuring that day, or maybe it was just like a really amazing day and it just took that long for that level of amazing to become the new normal. So anyway, it's definitely the new normal now, and actually 1 centimeter more than that on each eye is the new normal. So the fact that I've got an extra centimeter today on my left eye than I've ever measured before makes me really hopeful that I've done the right thing with reducing my normalized at this point in time. I will definitely make sure I keep going for 1 hour walks every day, and I will keep taking my breaks every 20 minutes. I will keep checking on my Snellen chart. I'll keep doing distance vision while I'm having my meals, and I will just do the best I can in the current situation of so much indoor time. I'm both excited and terrified about this drop in the correction. Still worried that I've overdone it. Don't want to get glare adaptation. Don't want to slow my progress. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm very proactive at being good to my eyes, and hopefully this drop in correction will make it sound like a transplant. So I'm just going to do one more thing. I'm going to look at my Snellen and tell you what I can see. So I was just having a think there that, wow, actually these are really hard to see the Snellen in. Yep. Ooh, I've been doing too much close-up. I need to give my eyes a minute to adjust. I told you that I don't know if this is true for everyone, but my ciliary does seem to like release slowly even when I don't have like ciliary spasm. Just adjusting between distances sometimes takes me a while. Okay, so we've got 2040 line, PECFD, done. See, 2040 is fine. So EDFCZP is the 2030 line, got it. 2025, yes, 2025 is, and the 2020 line, it looks like a black line with feathers coming up off it. Yeah, that's not happening. So it's definitely a lot harder, and I think I just need to accept that right now 2030 is my challenge line, where before it was the 2020 line that was maybe my challenge line. Mentally, that's quite an adjustment to make, that the 2020 line is no longer accessible to my vision, and staring at it for just a little bit longer does not make it clear. Alright, I'm gonna stop worrying about this correction, whether it's the right one. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna say I did it right. It's all good. I'm gonna keep taking the measurements, keep going on walks, and in a week I will see whether I'm still worried or if I've like settled into it. So I could probably do with a little bit of advice here if you have ever reduced too quickly. If you've made a reduction that your eyes weren't actually ready for, what did that feel like? I mean, I'm saying that I'm just gonna roll with it for the week, and I will, but you know, I'd really appreciate a bit of reassurance or perhaps cautioning right now. Alright, so that's all for me today. I know it wasn't super information packed. It was a bit more just an update, a vloggy sort of update, how my vision journey is going, but you never know how your journey might be of use to someone else, or even just for my own sake, keeping this vlog. So if you like this video, please like this video and consider subscribing if you're interested in weekly content from me. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye! Ooh. Hello? Ooh, that's charming. Okay. In my correction than when I began. In the other, it's 0.75 diopters lower than when I began. Wow, okay. I said that with the same tone both times. I need to modulate. I won't wear these for the rest of the video because it's very reflective. I don't know if this is for everyone true. Weird way to say that sentence. I think someone's gonna knock on my door in a minute. Interesting, interesting. La 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 la. Like this video just over there, or maybe it's over here. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll leave it there.